Hey viewers, and welcome to another episode of Computer History. So today as the episode we're going to deal with desktop towers. Today we have three different desktop towers from three different eras. Kind of funny, they're from actually three different decades. Here is a desktop tower from 1985. This desktop tower is from 1995. And this desktop tower is from 2002. So we have basically three different decades here, or 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So this one from 1985 is like a flat level one where you'd put like the monitor on top, whereas these ones you just like put to the side or on the ground. So this comes with, well, you got a power switch here, and you have this reset button. I guess that's kind of like, I don't know, if you have I don't know what that really means. But maybe like let's say something goes wrong, you could just press restart and then everything's good, hopefully. And we have a floppy drive here. This is one of those 5-inch floppies. And then you flap it open, put it in, and then I think this locks it or something like that. Oh, locks it so you can't open this flap, so it's more secure. Some venting. There's also, oh, this is a keyboard port. And that's basically the front end. So it seems this is the floppy drive. You have all these colorful looking circuits and stuff. That's kind of pretty. And then here we have the motherboard. What I noticed about this motherboard is there's a whole bunch of chips on it. Nothing like you see nowadays with motherboards, but this thing is just full of chips. And there's the power. So you switch the button and it switches it on. And oh yeah, there's the power supply, which kind of supplies the power here, of course. And the light that tells you if it's on or off. You also have a speaker on the side right here. Kind of a tiny one. It's cool that there's actually an external speaker, which is a lot different than nowadays we have to have external. And some more chips here. And we have an expansion card. I'm not really sure what kind of expansion card this is. I don't know, maybe it's memory. What I just realized is this is the processor. I'm so used to seeing the processor with like a fan on top of it. It's pretty tiny though. Or, I mean wide compared with nowadays. But I'm surprised there's no like fan on. But that's basically this PC from 1985. I tried actually plugging it in before, but what happens is, so I plug it in, this thing actually turns on, the fan's whirring, the light goes green, but I don't know what else, I don't know, and I plug it into the monitor, but it doesn't seem to work on the monitor, like there's no picture whatsoever. And I mean, I've tried putting a floppy in, but yeah, I'm not really sure like what to do. Like, do I have to have the operating system plug it in first and then everything boots up from that, or is it just busted? So I don't know. The monitor here, I hooked that up, I hooked the VGA port up to this. This is the monitor that's supposed to go to there. And I plugged everything into the wall. You know, I'm not really sure if I need to plug this monitor into that port over there, or can I just plug it into the wall? You know, I'm not really sure, so I just decided to hook it up separately. Hopefully that doesn't make a difference because it's just power, right? So I'm going to turn it on. As you can see, and from the noise, it's moving and making noise. Sounds like something's going on at least. So I turn on the monitor. Yeah, nothing's going on the monitor. See? Yeah, I just heard it go, some sort of weird beeping noise, like beep beep. I'm not sure what that really means. See, I hear something's going on. See, I'm not really sure what that means. So, hopefully you guys know. Well, this is the 1995 PC, or it has a power button, really long bottom here. Looks like, let's see, I think that's for the hard drive, and that's just to know that it's on. That's another locking mechanism there for the 5-inch floppy. There's a CD port, headphone jack, and volume. You also have the 3-inch floppy here. There we go. And some venting. Yeah, okay, see, let's see what's on the other side. Let's see. Okay, so here's some ports we have. It's kind of cool that it's actually metal right here. This is like real metal. That's pretty sturdy right there. So we have a keyboard port, the PS1, PS2 port, serial port, 2 serial ports, so I think those could be also for mice, and there's a parallel port, and then there's a monitor port, which I'm having trouble with, and we also have a modem, it seems. I think that's a modem. Yeah, so okay, so there's the modem for like internet. There's a microphone jack on the same thing, which is kind of weird. Maybe it has something to do with like the telephone and stuff. There's also a gaming port and some audio jacks. I always wondered what like you could do with line in. I wonder if that's line in and line out. Like what kind of devices can you plug into like a computer with that? That's a question I have. But okay, so time for to see the inside. Here's the inside of the 1995 computer. We have all these different types of mechanisms for the drives. Of course, the power button right here. And then all these power cords. So I assume all these like yellow, black, and red buttons are for the power thing, I think. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's the hard drive right there. There's the hard drive. There's the fan, which is probably going to be where the CPU is, or not really. I mean, this fan I guess just circulates around here. There's a lot of dust in here. There's the motherboard here. I always wonder what that spiky thing is down there. What is that for, I wonder. So that's another question that I have. Yeah, the motherboard has less of those chips than in the... Right here, there's less of those weird looking chips. Looks like, that's the card. One of the expansion slots is filled with cards. Modem. Yeah, that's a modem one. And there's some... oh yeah, those are where the RAM module is supposed to be. So this computer is also acting weird. I plugged it in, to a monitor. I was hoping it would work, but unfortunately it didn't show anything on screen. I mean, the looks like the hard drive was still like blinking. It turned on and stuff, but nothing went on screen. So I kind of got some advice from, you know, like some groups, and they said like take out the RAM modules, which are right here. So I did that, but I don't think I've oh yeah, I did plug it in, but there was no noise, like a beeping noise to see that like something was wrong or anything like that. I'll plug it in. Wow, I just realized there's something at the bottom I've never seen before. So it looks like this has a processor speed of 75 megahertz, a 1 gigabyte hard drive, I'm sure that was pretty big back in those days, 8 megabytes of RAM, and then a whole bunch of, whole bunch of multimedia pieces. So I'm gonna actually turn it on and see what happens. So as you can see, it turns on. I mean, it turns on, the hard drive light's on, the CD drive's blinking, the RAM modules are out, so I think someone said it's supposed to make some noise, but it's not making any noise. I mean, it seems like the fan's working, I think. Yeah, the fan's working. Fan's working. Everything looks like it's making noise. There's something wrong with it. Either maybe it's the battery. I'm not really sure. This is the PC from 2002, and this one is definitely way different than the other two because it's made out of plastic. Probably, except for the side right here, that's actually a metal door. We have a CD drive, a floppy drive, and then we have a USB drive finally. The other computers didn't have that. Looking at the back, we have... let's see, we have the usual keyboard and mouse port, serial port for another mouse, I guess, VGA port, printer, USB, gaming, and also the audio ports. So I guess this would be considered integrated graphics at the time. And there's also the telephone port. So there's the back of that. Let's see what's inside. Here's a look at the inside of the computer. We have, this is the 20 gigabyte hard drive, and then we also have the motherboard, which is very small compared with other motherboards I saw in the PCs. And that's about it for this. This one actually works. This one is the only one out of the three I have here that actually displays something on screen, but it's very loud. It's very loud, and I think it probably overheats because there's not a lot of good ventilation in here. But there's the one for 2002. So with all these PCs, I kind of want to do something with them. Like this one, I hope to update it and make it like brand new. You know, update the parts on the inside and make it look nice. Whereas this one, I want to keep a period piece, and that one I want to keep a period piece. Hopefully, since I have the CD for this one, all I need to do is get it working and get it up and running, and then have it working as a that operating system environment. And this one, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with it. Like in terms of like, I don't know how I'm going to get it working because I don't really know what's going on with it. This one, at least I know the battery might be an issue, but other than that, hopefully I can get these working.